Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be about being sensitive about what we say about our friends' children. So somebody inboxed me and was like, Chiza, why don't you talk about us being sensitive about what we say about our friends' children? She talked about an incident where a colleague from work kept on telling her how tiny her baby was, and as a mom, that's just not something that you want to hear from anybody, because obviously you're trying your best. So I've not really had time to record or to just like upload new videos. There's been a lot that's happened in the recent past. So I had my friend do a video. Her name is Nomsa Shawa, so she's taking up today's session, and you guys just show her some love and please comment below if any of what's being talked about relates to you. All right.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Whisk by Tea. My name is Anomsa Shawa, and I'll be talking about being sensitive about what you say concerning your child, your friend's child's weight. So, being a victim, I volunteered to speak about it, and just I hope my voice is heard out there, because I know I'm speaking on behalf of other mothers that are unable to express their feelings concerning it. So, I'm a mom, and I had my first daughter in 2018, and I experienced a lot of negativity. A lot of people felt like they had the right to say or speak about my child's weight. So it affected me so much that no matter how much I fed her, I just used to think, ish, my child is so slim. Every time I would look at other children and feel so bad, because almost everywhere I went, somebody would just tell me, ish, you should be feeding her right. And then, as a mom, as a first time mom, you're trying so hard. You are trying so hard to make sure your child eats the right thing, the healthy thing, and then here is somebody telling you that without being sensitive or thinking, how is my friend going to feel when I'm telling her this? There are obvious situations where you walk up to a mom whose child is malnourished, and you can just talk to them nicely, because we shouldn't forget, in every single thing we have to use kindness. We have to use kindness even in how we approach people concerning the issues that they are going through. The good news says God's gift of free will not only allows you to make beneficial choices, but also to do good and be kind to others. Having free will is a reminder that kindness, no matter how big or small the effort, is a choice. So God has given us free will, so you have to be always kind in what you say or how you behave towards people. We know you can say anything, you can walk up to somebody and just say, hey, what? Because you've got every right to do that. But then you have to always use kindness before you approach someone. Think about it. So there are children that are just naturally small, and others are naturally chubby. So I can't walk up to someone and say, hey, how much your child is so small. Do you even feed her? How much you should try soya? Where? Have you seen my child? My child is so chubby, how you try? Maybe you're not doing it right. Are you feeding her right? Why should you come out like that? Why should you come out like that? So with my daughter, she was born weighing 3.6 kgs. And believe you me, as a mom, I tried everything I could. She was on both breastfeeding and formula, because I had to run around with my businesses. And after about 6 months, I introduced her to porridge and shima, which she used to eat okay, just fine. And everywhere I went, I'm wondering, she's probably even weighs less, And then I felt like a failure. I felt like I'm incapable of taking care of my own child. I felt like, what am I not doing right? And it actually breaks you. It breaks you to a point where you just close yourself in the bathroom and you start crying, because you do not expect such from your friends, from your family. You do not expect such. You know, if somebody has to advise you, let them advise you right. But even when they're advising you, you know your child is just fine. Because when you go to the hospital, you go anywhere else, they'll say, oh, this child is fine. This child is not malnourished. So they're just children that are small. Personally, when I was growing, I have never ever seen a picture of me when I was chubby. This is just growth and motherhood. Otherwise, my entire time, from when I was a baby, teenager, I became a lady, I'm a woman now, I've always been small. Until I conceived and had a baby. That's when I just, you know, I'm sure most of the mothers experience that. Also, it's according to your body. So, I was looking at Luke chapter 6, verse 31, and it was saying, and just as you want men to do to you, you also do to them likewise, you know. So those people that walk up to you, what if it was you that was walking up to them and telling them, oh, if Chimwana Chove Charlie, now you reduce our your child is obese. It doesn't work like that. You know, that's not how life is supposed to be. Be kind to one another. What if the child is just like that? The child is just naturally chubby. The child is just naturally small. Because I mean, you can tell when a child is malnourished. You can tell even by looking to say this child is not okay. But they're just those children that are fine, but they are small. And when you compare, you can compare, maybe you get 6-month-old babies and from different mothers. There'll be one that is chubby, there'll be one that is in the middle, there'll be those small babies, but you still can say, hey, you have to be mindful. So I'm just speaking on behalf of so many mothers out there. We need to be very, very considerate. We need to be very, very sensitive about what we tell our friends. You know, because it's heartbreaking. I know a lot of mothers out there experience it, and you know, you do not even know where you can release your pain and how you feel concerning what people keep on telling you about your friends. Hi, Tiwe.
Hi.
That's Ketiwe, my 3-year-old daughter. So, yes, Ketiwe, I'm talking to people. We'll play later. Okay, hi, Stacy. Okay, you go and watch Teletubbies now. Bye.
It's TikTok.
So that's most of what I had to say, and during my video I'm going to just share some examples and what other people have had to say concerning a certain post that I came across on Facebook. And I also want to just share a few pictures of my daughter, because when I sit down now and I scroll down the pictures, I actually noticed my child was even chubby. She was okay. And all this while I was just like, yeah, umana wandi, yeah, mana wanga, so yeah, umandi. All this while I was convinced, they made me convince myself that my child was very small. She was just not gaining. Whereby you are even, like, people can actually even make you start overfeeding your child when you're not supposed to, because a child can't eat continuously. She eats breakfast at 9 hours. Immediately, even before 10, you're already feeding her Shima. Now no, that's not how feeding works. Even I think many of us can testify to the fact that every time we go to the hospital for Child Health Week, for under 5, they actually put up some posts just to guide you on meal plans, on how you can feed your child. If I'm not mistaken, even on under 5 cards, I think the part where they indicate the weight when you go and do the weighing on the scale, there's actually just at the end of the anyway, you know what I mean. They actually put and write how many meals a baby is supposed to take and all. So anyway, I'm going to just show you, and I hope people are enlightened, and I hope this gets out there and has just made somebody out there feel better, because I think at the point where I've reached, nobody can walk up to me and tell me my child is like this, because now I know there are just certain people that are just negative, and I hope they can listen to me speak and just be mindful of what you say about your friend's child, you know, because there are other people that children, yes, I've seen Jojo and Gran. So there are other people that have children that have illnesses, you know, chronic illnesses. Maybe the child was born with sickle cell, maybe the child was born with so many things. So you don't even know what that person is going through, and you just walk up to them and say, hey, I want your child. Why is she so small? You don't know what that parent or mother is battling with. So let's be very, very kind Let's be very kind. This goes to both women and men. Let's be very kind. So have a blessed night, and I hope to see you again. And I hope Tisa calls me as a guest speaker on one of these good days. So have a good night. Thank you.